Hi everybody, welcome back to The Beautiful Truth. So for today's video, I'm going to be telling you all about my favourite products from Moogoo. Moogoo is a natural skincare company that I have used both on myself and on my son. I have used so many of their products because I am somebody who suffers with quite a number of different skin issues, and I have found that Moogoo has helped me with an awful lot of them, and therefore when my son flared up with different things, I used Moogoo on him too. Anybody who's been following me any length of time will know that I've been using Moogoo for years and years, and it is a brand that I wholeheartedly stand over and I recommend to so many people when they message me with different skin issues. So the first product I am going to tell you about is one that I really and truly think every household should have in their press, because to me this is kind of like the Swiss Army knife of products, and it is the Irritable Skin Balm. So the Irritable Skin Balm is said to help with soothing and caring for irritable skin. So I found this really good on two particular occasions. First off, when I had eczema. I am somebody who doesn't have constant eczema, but I rather break out in eczema when I'm stressed, and I particularly get it bad on my legs and the backs of my knees. When I first came in contact with the Irritable Skin Balm was in the run up to my wedding, because I got really bad breakout of eczema and it was so sore. And not only that, and I know this sounds so superficial, but the tan, I was getting fake tan trials done at the time and the tan was clinging to it to make it look even worse. I was a little bit panicked then, because obviously I needed to get some sort of a glow on my skin for my wedding day, but I didn't want it to be looking, my eczema to be looking really obvious. I remember at the time I was speaking on my Snapchat about how sore my eczema was, and Moogoo actually reached out and said, would you like to try our Irritable Skin Balm? Now, when they said it to me, I was like, oh yeah, no problem. But I googled and I saw it was all natural, and I was like, how is this going to work? Because normally I go on steroids when the eczema is that bad. But I gave it a go anyway, and I have to say it was just incredible. How I used this was I applied it to the affected areas. Like I probably applied it 2 or 3 times a day, if I'm being honest, and within a week it had cleared up. Then once it had cleared up, I was told to stop it coming back to use another product, and the product that I used then was the Soothing MSM Cream. So the Soothing MSM Cream and the Irritable Skin Balm work really well together, because you use the Irritable Skin Balm when your eczema is active. So when you're having a kind of active outbreak of eczema, you know, when it's really sore and red and flaky and just really not pleasant. And then once this has cleared it up, you continually use the MSM Soothing Cream on your body to make sure that you're not going to get an outbreak, but this will prevent it happening. I haven't had an outbreak in a very long time, and I do use this. So the next product is actually one for babies, and if you are pregnant, I highly suggest buying this to have in the house, because it is an incredible product for cradle cap. So most babies will get a touch of cradle cap, and obviously the severity of it depends on each individual child. But I used the scalp cream on Connor and I found it to be so efficient in getting rid of the cradle cap. Now I like this for so many reasons, but the fact that it worked so fast is one of the main reasons I liked it, because I'm very squeamish, and obviously babies have a soft spot up here, and that seems to be where an awful lot of the cradle cap was gathering. So the fact I didn't actually have to go at it that often, it was a bit of a relief for me. But how this works is basically I lathered it on his head, on the affected areas. I let it sit for about 30 minutes, and then I went in with a really fine comb, like a knit comb, and I just slowly scraped it out, and it just came away. And I think initially I used it maybe 2 days in a row and it went, and then obviously I stopped using it. And then again when it came back, and it only ever came back in a really small amount, because the first time was so bad, but once I used this it came back in a small amount, and then I used it again, and then I had no issues. Now I'm not saying it is a cure for cradle cap, but what it will do is it will get rid of the cradle cap so easy. This can also be used for adults who have got scalp issues as well. It can be used on the entire family. So sticking with the theme of babies, I am going to recommend a little pack that I think is really handy for new moms, or for people who want to buy gifts for mothers. I often find when you're buying a gift for a new mother, you tend to buy clothes, and they've an awful lot of clothes, so this is a really gorgeous gift, and it is the Moogoo travel pack. Now this also comes with a little toy cow in it, but my child has put his name on that and there's no getting it back from him. He absolutely loves it. But let me show you what's in this pack. So first up, there is a 100ml version of the bubbly wash. So this is a bubble bath for children. Now a lot of bubble baths will have sulfates and other chemicals in them, because they need that in it to make them really bubbly. And what an awful lot of people don't tell you is First off, sulfates and those type of things are not great for the skin, and they're particularly not good for sensitive skin. But second off, they can't be used for a child under 3 months. I didn't know that when I first had a child, and I made the mistake of using them, and it really highly irritated Connor's skin. Connor is quite sensitive. The bubbly wash can be used in the bath from newborns to give you some sort of a bubble. Now, you're not going to get the piled high bubbles with these. What you need to do is you need to squirt a little bit into the bath and kind of rub your fingers over to give it some kind of a bubble. But I use this also to wash Connor's body because, as I said, he is quite sensitive. I have tried other stuff and he has reacted, and this to us is just what works best. The pack also contains a nappy balm. This is another must for me if you have a small baby in the house, or in fact if you've got any child still in nappies, because this is a really good nappy balm for clearing up nappy rash. And what I really particularly like about this is the fact that it comes with a pump, because most of the nappy balms come in tubs, and you have to stick your fingers in, and obviously you're putting it in an area where there is an awful lot of germs, even though you will have cleaned up the area, and then you're sticking your fingers back in. And on another note, on a more kind of, I suppose, superficial note, I have long nails, and sticking it into the tub, I always get stuff stuck in my nails, whereas with this, you can just squirt it onto your hands and apply it to the area, and there's no cross-contamination. I have recommended this to countless new mothers because I just personally found it absolutely super. You also get 100ml MSM Soothing Cream, which is the cream I was telling you about that I used with my eczema, but this is also really good for newborn skin, for any kind of baby irritations that they get. And finally, you get a little sample size of the Mother Other cream. When I went into hospital, I had a full size of the Mother Other cream in my bag because it's actually for breastfeeding. So anyone who has breastfed, even for a very short period like I did, like I was only a number of days, you will know that cracked nipples happen very quickly, and they are not very pleasant. This is a lanolin free cream that you can use on your nipples to help prevent cracked nipples. And the beauty of this is, because it's all natural and lanolin free, if you've put it on your nipples and the baby then wants to feed again, you don't have to wash it off. Again, if you're a breastfeeding mom, this is a super product because it is all natural. You can put it on, it's going to do the job, and you don't have to worry about the baby taking in product that might not be safe for him. So moving away from the baby products and back onto stuff that I actually use for beauty. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Shea Butter. So this is an intense moisturising butter balm for cracked heels, hands and lips. I only started using this maybe last October, November time, when I met with one of the gorgeous ladies in Moogoo, and I was telling her I had a cold and all around my nose was like dry and my lips were drier than Gandhi's flip-flop, and she gave me this and I was like, my God, the absolute size of that, how is that a lip balm? And she's like, it's not, it's an intense treatment for your lips, your hands and your heels. Now this is a new one. I have my one in my drawer there. I cannot tell you how quickly this works. So my lips really dried out, and I kept applying it, and within 24 hours, actually I lie, within the first use I could feel the moisture going back into my lips, but within 24 hours they were so much better. I haven't tried it on my hands and my heels because I don't have that issue, but to me, oh my God, I love this. What I use this for now is every time I'm doing my makeup, just before I start, I put a little bit on my lips, so when I do my whole face and I come to do my lipstick, my lips are lovely and moisturised. Another thing that I absolutely love about this is the smell. Oh my God, it smells divine. It smells like a loop-de-loop ice pop. It is so lovely. If you're going on holidays or you live somewhere that is particularly warm, lucky you will need sunscreen. And of course, Moogoo do their own sun cream. I've used this the last few days on Connor, and I found it super because he didn't react to it. What I will say about this is not like a traditional sun cream in how you use it. First off, when you apply it to the skin, you let it sit for about 30 seconds before you rub it in, because you need it to kind of warm up a little bit, and then you really lash it on. Now it will sink into the skin and there is no smell off it. It is not waterproof. I will need to reapply it a few times throughout the day. In saying that, it has no nasty chemicals. It is a zinc-based SPF. It's an SPF of 30, but actually it's an SPF of 40 because it's an Australian brand. Australia have SPF 40, but in Ireland we've only SPF 30 or SPF 50, so they marked it as SPF 30. Now, I am not an expert in SPF by any means of the imagination, but what I do know is this did work for us. There is literally so many products that Moogoo have that I could keep telling you about. There's more behind me here that I haven't spoken about, but what I would suggest you do is to go onto the Moogoo Ireland website and have a look, because in their frequently asked questions, they have a list of questions like, what should I use for eczema? What should I use for dry skin? What should I use for my children? And all of the questions are answered in telling you exactly what products to use for that particular problem. They also have products that you can use for just cleaning your face, for helping with pockmarks from spots. And they've even got a soap that you can use on your body that is brilliant for cleaning your makeup brushes. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, but Moogoo Ireland are fantastic for answering questions on their social media, and I will link all of their social medias below. The only place you can buy Moogoo online is on the Moogoo Ireland website, but it is in so many pharmacies, so I will leave a list of stockists below also. So I hope you enjoyed the video. This is a collaboration that I am incredibly proud of doing, because it is a brand that I wholeheartedly love and use every single day in my life, both on myself and my little boy.